Good morning, dears, and welcome to Super Coaching for UPSC by Textbook. And I am your mentor, Pradeep. And today we meet here to discuss one of the very important topic of Indian economy, that is NITI Aayog. Yesterday we discussed, that means on Friday we discussed Planning Commission, and today we are going to continue and we are going to discuss NITI Aayog. So, uh, let me give you a background for NITI Aayog, that what we said in case of when we criticize the Planning Commission, what we said in the criticism of the Planning Commission, that what is there, that the main purpose or the main objective of the Planning Commission was to have the plans to to make the plans and to implement the plans. But and for that they were instrumental for that means integrating or to have the coordination between different ministries, and at the same time between the ministries and the Planning Commission at one end. But the thing was, because of that that means because of non-transparency or because of final approval of the plans used to come from Planning Commission, because of that what happened, because of that there was ego clash between the bureaucrats of the Planning Commission and bureaucrats of ministries, and there because of that there was non-transparency. The purpose of the Planning Commission was to have the coordination between the ministries and to coordinate ministries and Planning Commission. But because of this final approval and because of the ego clashes, what was there? There was bureaucratization. There was bureaucratization and ego clashes, and because of that there was a non-accountability for the implementation and for not achieving the targets what was supposed to be that means supposed to be achieved in the plans. So because of that what happened, that means that was that was creating the tension. And not only this, that when we were discussing the criticism, we also discussed that this Planning Commission was instrumental for the that means allocation of funds for different ministries, and at the same time it was also instrumental for that means allocating the funds to the states. And because of that there was politicization. Why there was politicization? There was politicization because if any government, that means any party is governing at the center, and other party or some regional party or other national party is that ruling in the states, so it was frequently seen there was stepmotherly behavior by the central government to those states which were being ruled by the opposition parties. So that was leading to the politicization of Planning Commission. At the same time, that means it was also undermining the authority of Finance Commission, because Finance Commission is a constitutional body under Article 280, and Finance Commission has the responsibility to allocate the funds to the states. But it was seen that funds was allocated by the Planning Commission. So that was undermining the constitutional authority of Finance Commission. That's why because as we all know that our respected Prime Minister Modi ji, he was that Chief Minister of Gujarat. So he has this idea of that politicization and all these problems. That means states were not consulted in the planning process. So that means and that's why when he came to power, he that means collapsed the Planning Commission, and he came with a new concept that is known as NITI Aayog. NITI Aayog is nothing but a National Institute for Transforming India. NITI Aayog stands for National Institute for Transforming India. So this is about the background. So why there was need for NITI Aayog? Because the thing was that basic purpose of the planning commission was to implement the plans or to formulate the plans and to execute the plans. But the thing was, because of the powers which was being enjoyed by the planning commission, because of that there was ego clashes between the bureaucrats of the planning commission and the bureaucrats of ministry. At the same time there was that conflict between different ministries at the same time, and because of that it was leading to over bureaucratization. That's why it was leading to the non transparency or non accountability in the plan implementation, and the objectives to be achieved, non accountability for the objective to be achieved in the plans. So, and not only this, this was also instrumental for over politicization, and we discussed all these things, and it was also undermining the authority of the finance commission, and that states were also not that consulted in formulation of plans. So that's why we abandoned planning commission and we came with NITI Aayog. So what is NITI Aayog? We will discuss the NITI Aayog. So NITI Aayog is a think tank. Okay, it is just a think tank. Okay, that means it replaced planning commission. Okay, it is also an extra constitutional body. It is also an extra constitutional body, but it is only a think tank. Okay, earlier like the planning commission was doing for the allocation of funds and for the formulation of plans, it is not the responsibility of the NITI Aayog. NITI Aayog is only a think tank for the economic advice. That means NITI Aayog is instrumental for giving economic advice to the center as well as states. Okay, so that is the basic purpose. That means it is not, and at the same time it is going to be. What was the basic problem of planning commission? The basic problem of planning commission was over bureaucratization. That means the purpose was to coordinate between the ministry and the planning commission, at the same time between the ministries, but it was leading to conflict. So that's why there was need for. Okay, so rather than those, that's why we came with a new concept, that is NITI Aayog. So what is NITI Aayog? First we are going to discuss the composition of NITI Aayog. We understood that what is basic purpose of NITI Aayog. The basic purpose of NITI Aayog is to have the coordination, between the state and the center, that is known as cooperative federalism. We will discuss in the objectives. Okay, not only this, the purpose was to have NITI Aayog is just a think tank. NITI Aayog is just a think tank. That's why it is only instrumental for giving the advice to the central government as well as state government. Okay, it is not going to make the plans. Okay, at the same time it is also, that means it is going to be instrumental for democratic planning. That means plans are going to be, earlier there was centralization of plan or central plans, centralized plans. We discussed types of plan at that time, we discussed, but now it is going to be democratic plans. Why it is going to be democratic plans? Because the plans are going to be constituted at the local level, place level to the block level to the district level to the state level, and state level to the center. So that means this is going to be democratic planning, or it is going to be decentralized planning. So, and planning this NITI Aayog is just to integrate all these. Okay, so it is not going to make plans like the planning commission, which was that means plans of planning commission was forced earlier, but now it is not going to be. That means it is going to be decided at the local level, place level, that is not known as top to bottom approach. So that is the significance, or we will discuss under the objectives. So the thing is, now we are going to discuss the composition or the structure of NITI Aayog. So as I said that planning commission is a extra constitutional body, as well as NITI Aayog is also extra constitutional body, and that Prime Minister of India is ex officio chairman of NITI Aayog. Earlier was also the Prime Minister was ex officio chairman of planning commission as well. Now also Prime Minister is ex officio chairman of NITI Aayog as well. NITI Aayog as well. That in addition to the Prime Minister, it is also there is deputy chairman of Planning Commission. At the same time, there is also CEO, and deputy chairman and CEO is appointed by the Prime Minister. Okay, and deputy chairman is having the cabinet rank. Deputy chairman of Planning Commission enjoy the cabinet rank, whereas that CEO is secretary. Okay, secretary of Indian government. Okay, so that means it enjoy the that means it is to the level of secretary of uh, Indian government. Okay, so these are that means one is going to be a chairman. It is ex officio chairman. That is Prime Minister is ex officio chairman, and other is deputy chairman, and deputy chairman is being appointed by the Prime Minister, and currently that is currently who is the I am just going to ask you people who is deputy chairman of Planning Commission, sorry, deputy chairman of NITI Aayog. Anyone in comment section? It is Kusum Kevari. So this is, so one is deputy chairman, other is CEO, and except that there is full-time members, there is full-time members of NITI Aayog, except that there is also ex officio member, ex officio, and I already explained that what is the meaning of ex officio. The meaning of ex officio means by holding one position, they are automatically going to hold another position. So who is the ex officio members of planning NITI Aayog? They are the cabinet minister, and cabinet minister of Home Affairs, cabinet minister of Home Affairs, cabinet minister of Finance, cabinet minister of Railways, and cabinet minister of Agriculture. They are the ex officio member of NITI Aayog. I am going to repeat once again that we are discussing the structure of NITI Aayog. So NITI Aayog is being headed by the chairman, who is ex officio chairman, and Prime Minister is ex officio. That means and in addition to chairman, there is deputy chairman, and deputy chairman is being appointed by the Prime Minister, and he enjoy cabinet rank. And in addition to that, there is a CEO of NITI Aayog, and CEO is also being appointed by the Prime Minister. In addition to that, there is full-time members, and in addition to there is ex officio members as well. And ex officio members are the cabinet ministers of Home Affairs, cabinet minister of Finance, cabinet minister of Railway, and cabinet minister of Agriculture. They are ex officio members of NITI Aayog. In addition to that, there is that means ad hoc members as well. That means as per the need, that means they are the specialized. They are specialized people. Suppose we want to have the discussion, or we want to have the COVID vaccine. We want to make COVID vaccine. So that means there is need to have research, and there is need to have the expertise. So that means in that time we are going to have ad hoc members from the that means doctor fraternity or the medical fraternity. That is the meaning of ad hoc. Okay, and that was lacking in Planning Commission. Okay, so that means there is full-time members, and in addition to full-time members, there is ad hoc members also. Ad hoc members are those members, and they are on rotational basis, and they are as per the need of hours. They are being that means they are being appointed as per the need of hour, and they are having the expertise in their field. It may be from the research institute, it may be from that means institutions or colleges or universities. So that is the ad hoc members, and this is about the composition. And when we talk about the other things in the structure only or the composition, that means top, we can say that this is about the structure. Now we are going to discuss that hierarchy of NITI Aayog. So these are the executive of the NITI Aayog. Now we are going to discuss the hierarchy of NITI Aayog. So when we talk about the hierarchy of NITI Aayog, there is governing council. Please dears, listen me carefully. That means top of that apex level, at apex level there is governing council. There is governing council. There is governing council. Top of below that there is regional council. Regional council. Governing council is consist of prime minister and all chief ministers of all states, and as well as lieutenant governors of union territories. And this is considered to be that that we will criticize it also, because we are talking about the cooperative federalism, and rather than that means chief ministers of union territory, in the governing council there is lieutenant governors of union territory. So that is, but before that, good morning dear, good morning. Ravi Shankar, you are little late. So let me tell you that we are discussing the NITI Aayog, and in the NITI Aayog we are discussing the structure. So first we discuss the executives of NITI Aayog, and the executives, that means there is chairman, and Prime Minister of India is ex officio chairman of NITI Aayog, and in addition to chairman there is deputy chairman, which is being appointed by the Prime Minister, and in addition to deputy chairman there is CEO, which is also appointed by the Prime Minister, and except that there is also, in addition to that, there is also the full-time members appointed by the government, and in addition to that there is ad hoc members also, and ad hoc members are those who have the expertise in their respective fields, and they are being appointed on rotational basis as per the need of hour. Now we are discussing the structure, that it is the executive body, and now we are going to discuss that structure. So that means there is governing council, and below the governing council there is regional council. So governing council is the highest decision making body, or we can say that decisions are being taken in governing council, and governing council is consist of the Prime Minister and all the chief ministers of state and lieutenant governors of union territory. Below that there is a regional council, and regional council is being constituted. Regional council is being constituted for the specific purpose, that means like there may be in southern India there may be conflict regarding the river water. Okay, so that means they may constitute the regional council regarding the that means dispute settling the river water. Okay, so that is the meaning of the regional council. So regional council is being constituted for a specific purpose, to sort out or to have the coordination among the different states or the states and the union territory if there is any conflicting subject between them. Okay, so that is the regional council, and this governing council is the highest decision making body, and it is the body which takes the decision. Okay, and we discussed it here this only, that there is, and this part-time members are two rotational basis we discussed already. So there is and this is about the structure of NITI Aayog. Now we are going to proceed further and we are going to discuss. Before that, let me tell you that NITI Aayog has two hubs, and this is most important. NITI Aayog has two hubs. One is known as Knowledge and Innovation Hub, other is known as Team India Hub, and that is the that means structure. Okay, so Knowledge Hub is the dynamic. This is nothing but dynamic portal. Okay, this is a dynamic portal which is repository of the repository of different practices. Okay, that means it is going to store the data about anything and everything. Okay, so it is a repository of best practices, best data and all this. Okay, and this Team India, this coordinate between the center and the state government. Okay, so that means this is instrumental for cooperative federalism. We will discuss. This is that's Team India. Team India hub is instrumental for cooperative federalism. That means whenever there is that we discuss the governing council. Governing council is nothing but Team India hub. Okay, Team India hub. Governing council is nothing but Team India hub. It is that means they are in the governing council. There is Prime Minister and Chief Minister and Lieutenant Governors of Union Territory, and the full-time members as well as ad hoc members as well as ex officio members. So that means all are there, and it is instrumental for taking the decisions. So it is Team India hub. Okay, so that means basically this planning commission, NITI Aayog. NITI Aayog is this governing council or Team India hub. Okay, and it is instrumental for cooperative federalism. How it happens we will discuss when we will discuss the objective. Please try to understand. Okay, that means in order to understand the objectives of NITI Aayog, we have to understand the drawbacks of planning commission. Why there was that means why we criticize the planning commission? We criticize the planning commission for one thing is over bureaucratization, second thing is over politicization, third thing is undermining the authority of finance commission. Okay, and the fourth is that means no participation of states for the plan formulation. Okay, these were the basic that criticism of the planning commission. So that objective for making the NITI Aayog was just to sort out the lacunas, these lacunas. Okay, so that means we can say that when we talk about the objectives of planning commission NITI Aayog, we can say that most important thing is going to be that coordination. Okay, first thing is that as I said that it is a think tank. So it is only instrumental for giving the advice to the central government as well as state government, strategic advice regarding economic matters or matter related to economy. Okay, to the central government as well as state government. That means it is not instrumental for making plan and implementing the plan. Okay, that means plans must be I will check out and I will let you know, dear. I will check out it and I will let you know. Ravi Shankar, I can understand. Okay. It must be in private. So I will request those people just to make it public. No issue. I will. So what we are talking about? We are talking about objectives. So what we said, I said that what happened that as I said that the basic purpose of NITI Aayog is just to have the think tank regarding the economic matters related to economy to the center as well as state. So it is not going to make plans. Okay, who is going to make plans, who is going to make policy? It is going to make state government or the union government. Okay, and they are instrumental for implementing it. Okay, but the research work, how it can be more effective, what should be the technology, how we can reach to more pupils, how we can, what is the need of our, how we can more make it more effective, that research work will be done by NITI Aayog. It will be done by NITI Aayog. That means policy must be formulated, program must be formulated by the state government or the union government, but the research work or for the data for that must be collected. That research work or the economic advice must be given by NITI Aayog, and that's why we discussed that that is innovation, knowledge and innovation hub. Okay, this knowledge and innovation hub of NITI Aayog is instrumental for giving advice to the state governments and the union government regarding matters related to economy. So this is the basic. We have to be very clear that they are not going to implement or they are not going to make plans. Second thing is, what is that drawback or planning commission? That means it was leading to over bureaucratization. And why it was leading to over bureaucratization? It was leading to over bureaucratization because of, that means final approval was coming from the planning commission. That means plans were being formulated by the ministries, but final approval was coming from the planning commission, and they were making change on that plans. Because of that, the ministries were saying that we are not responsible for it because we made different plans and you implement different plans. That's why there was no non-accountability on the that means objective to be achieved. Okay, and because of that there was bureaucratization. So that second thing is going to be that we want to make coordination among the ministries, and at the same time between the center and the state, between the center and state. So how it is going to be? One thing is, why there was a conflict? Because of allocation of fund or because of final approval. So now NITI Aayog is not going to be approving authority. Who is going to be approving authority? It is going to be governing council. And governing council is going to have that approval of the plans or the policies, and in that governing council it is going to be prime minister. It is going to be headed by prime minister, and all the chief ministers are there, and it is going to be made by these people. And that means this NITI Aayog is just going to give you the raw material. That means institutional support, that is research work. So because of that there will not be conflict between the ministries. At the same time there will not be conflict between the center and the state. It will create the coordination. It will create the coordination because they are going to meet in the governing council, and in the governing council they are going to decide that what programs, what policy we want to make, and from where they are going to get inputs. They are going to get inputs from village level to union level. That means that is the plans or the policies are going to be formulated at the village level, above then block level, then tehsil level, district level, state level, and finally, so that is going to be democratic. So the main purpose is going to be cooperative federalism. It is going to incorporate the cooperative federalism among the center and the state. And not only this, this is also instrumental for coordinating the different ministries, because earlier there was conflict because of plans. Okay, approval of plans, non-transparency, non-accountability. Now that is not going to be, because it is going to be made by the governing council, and all the ministers are there, chief ministers are there, and the prime minister is there, highest authorities are there. So that is going to be, so this is going to be instrumental for coordination between the center different ministries, as well as it is instrumental for coordination between the state and the center. Okay, that is known as cooperative federalism. Not only this, this is also instrumental for promoting competitive federalism. What is the meaning of competitive federalism? The meaning of competitive federalism is that NITI Aayog is publishing different indexes. Okay, and that means they are showing, they are giving that innovation, that means that is going to motivate different states, like they are giving the achieving state, okay, that aspiring state, like this. Okay, they are giving data like this. Okay, and they are on the basis of index, they are publishing an index. On that index they are that they are making public in the form of aspiring state, in the form of achieving state, and different indexes they are publishing. So in that, when some states are being that means being that means being some states are being popularized for their for their good work, that is going to get good faith because of their performance, that is going to motivate other states, that is going to motivate other states do perform better in next time, and that is nothing but competitive federalism. I am going to repeat once again that in case of NITI Aayog is publishing different indexes. In those indexes, that means NITI Aayog is making public name of states in the name of aspiring state, achieving state, and that means it is going to, and that is on the basis of their performance in their business. Okay, so that means this is going to inculcate the competitive spirit among the states to do better regarding their indexes. Okay, and that is known as competitive federalism. So it is going to motivate cooperative federalism as well as competitive federalism among the states. So this is the objective. Other objective, that that what was the lacuna of planning commission? Other lacuna was over politicization, and it was because of allocation of funds. And now it is not going to be, funds are not going to be allocated by NITI Aayog, rather it is going to be allocated either by the Finance Ministry of Finance or by the Finance Commission under Article 280. So that means since it is not going to be allocated by the NITI Aayog, therefore it cannot be, that means a politicization of NITI Aayog. Okay, because it is not instrumental for allocation, it is only a think tank. Okay, clear? Now we can say that other thing is, that means it is going to promote the knowledge, innovation, because we said there is ad hoc members, and those ad hoc members are having the expertise in their respective field. So it is going to make that innovation. Okay, it is going to be repository of knowledge. Okay, so repository of knowledge, innovation, at the same time this is going to be making the infrastructure for the entrepreneurial skill. Okay, so that is the objective of, that is the objective of NITI Aayog. So what is going to be? First thing is, it is instrumental for cooperative federalism as well as competitive federalism. Other is, it is instrumental for, it is going to sort out the problem of over politicization, since it is a think tank. Other thing is, it is instrumental for giving the advice regarding the economic matters to the center as well as states. Next we can say that it is instrumental for knowledge, innovation, and inculcating entrepreneurial skill among the citizens of India. Okay, so these are the objectives. So we discussed that cooperative federalism involves that formulate plans at village level. So plans are going to be, we discuss it, special attention to the subsection okay, because there is a specialization and village level we are going to make plans from the village level. So special attentions are going, because village level people know better that what type of development they want. So when village level people are going to make the plan, that means policies and programs, then it is going to be more effective, and that approach is known as top to bottom. Top to bottom, earlier it was, sorry, bottom top approach. Earlier it was top to bottom approach. In case of planning commission, it was top to bottom approach. Top to bottom approach. Now it is bottom to up approach. Bottom to up approach or bottom to top approach, because the plans are going to be formulated at village level to central level. Earlier that plans were being formulated by the planning commission at the top level, and they were not having any inputs from the village society, and it was the village society who was going to be affected. So that means there was need to have, that means the people who are going to be affected by the policies and programs, they must be consulted, because they have better idea that what kind of development or what is their need, okay, and how their needs can be resolved. That's why, okay, so it is going to take a special section, economic policy incorporate national security. And not only when this is going to have the economic policy, that means that when NITI Aayog is going to make the economic advice or going to make economic policies, doing the economic policy research for economic policy, that means it is going to take into consideration the national interest, okay, security, national security as well, okay. Feedback for innovation improvement, because we are making innovation index, lot many index we will discuss, okay. Partnership with the national and international think tanks, creating knowledge innovation, platform for resolution, intersectoral, state of art resolution, and we discuss all this, okay. Now we are going to proceed further, and we are going to discuss that pillars of planning NITI Aayog, okay, pillars of NITI Aayog, and there are 7 pillars of NITI Aayog. That means when NITI Aayog is going to work, they are going to focus, they are the basic characteristic of NITI Aayog. They are going to focus on this. One is pro pupil, other is proactive, one is pro pupil, other is proactivity, other is participation, other is empowering, other is inclusion of all, other is equality, other is transparency, okay. And we are going to discuss this one by one. Pro participation, pro pupils means when they are going to make the research regarding the economic decisions or economic policies, that means be very clear that they are not instrumental for making the economic policies or program. It must be made by the union government or state government or in governing council, okay. So that means they are going to have consensus, okay, and that consensus, when they are going to do the research, they are going to take the inputs from village society. As I said that it is going to be democratic, so that means when they are going to, it is pro pupil. Pro pupil means it is when they are going to make any decision regarding any policy, it is going to take into consideration the aspirations of the society as well as individual. That is the meaning of when they are going to make any program or going to make any policy, that means inputs are going to be taken from village level, okay. Not only this, and since it is being taken from village level, it is going to have the aspirations of pupils as well as society, because as I said that village people know that what type of development they want. Other is proactivity. Proactivity means they are going to anticipate the response and the needs of the people. That means, as I said, that they are going to take the inputs from the village and block level, then district, the tehsil level, then district level, then state level. So that means they are going to take the anticipation. They are going to have the anticipation that what people want, and accordingly they are going to make policies and programs, that is known as proactivation. Other is participation, because the inputs are going to be taken from village society to the top union level. That's why it is going to be involvement of citizenry. It is going to empower, okay, empowering, that means it is going to empower the common man as well as it is going to empower the women, okay. That means there is lot many programs for women empowerment. There is lot many programs for women empowerment which is on the initiative of NITI Aayog, which is on the initiative of NITI Aayog. So this is the another that pillar of the NITI Aayog. Other is inclusion of all, that means it is going to include, since as I said that basic thing is top to up approach, since the inputs are going to be taken from village level to the state level to the union level. So the thing is it is going to include all, be the case of poor people, be the case of rich people, be the case of SCs, be the case of STs, be the case of OBCs. It is going to include all. That's why it is going to, that program and policies is going to have inclusion of all. It is not like other earlier, like planning commission. It was being made by the planning commission. They were not having any idea. They were making the plans by sitting in AC rooms, okay, and they were not having any idea. Ground level inputs. Here it is going to be ground level, okay. Although practical, this is theoretical, but practically it is not, okay, because our village society is not that much empowered or that is not that much aware, okay. But the initiative is such that, okay, in future it is going to be, okay. So this is the case and we will discuss when we will criticize it, okay, don't worry. So the other is equality. So that means in case of that NITI Aayog, it is going to give the opportunity to all, because it is having the innovation hub, and in that innovation hub they are promoting the innovations and they were motivating to all the citizens of India to innovate, okay. So this is going to be equality. At the same time there is going to be transparency in the decision making, okay, because decisions are going to be taken at governing council, and in the governing council there is chief ministers and the that means cabinet ministers, 4 cabinet minister. At the same time there is chief ministers and full time members. So it is going to be taken in a coordination way, consensus way, and in the with the transparency. So this is about the pillars. Now we are going to discuss the differences. I am going to make the differences between NITI Aayog and Planning Commission. As I said that it serves as a think tank. NITI Aayog serves as a think tank. NITI Aayog serves as a think tank, whereas Planning Commission is a extra constitutional body, okay, meaning it does not mean that NITI Aayog is not a extra constitutional body. NITI Aayog is also an extra constitutional body, but the meaning here is that earlier like the Planning Commission, NITI Aayog is not a machinery for making the plans. It is not machinery for making the plans. It is only that going to give advice to the union government regarding the policies and programs. It is going to be the decision of the government to take inputs and to make policies and programs accordingly, okay. So research work is going to be done by NITI Aayog, okay. What is good, okay, according to the need of the people, okay, that is the meaning. Think tank, it is, that means it is was instrumental for making the plans. It draw members from wider expertise, okay, that means as I said, discussed that in case of NITI Aayog, the members are, there are full time members and there is ad hoc members, and full time members are, that means there is 4 full time members and they are BK Paul, he is a scientist, BK Paul. Other is Ramesh Chand, he is agriculture economist, Ramesh Chand. Other is BK BK Saraswat, sorry, this BK Saraswat is a scientist, and BK Paul is this BK Paul. He is a doctor, and other is Arvind Birmani. He is economist. So there is 4 full-time members, okay, and there is ad hoc members, and those ad hoc members are having expertise in their field. Ad hoc members have their expertise in their field, okay. So that means since they have that means in the case of NITI Aayog, there are people from science background, there are people from agriculture economists, there are people from doctor fraternity, there is people who are economists, okay. At the same time, there may be the pupils who may be professors, there may be pupils who may be agriculturists, okay. So that means there may be people who may be from science and technology, that means technocrats, okay. So that means it has from the wider perspective, wider horizon, okay. Whereas in case of planning commission, that members of planning commission was supposed to be economists only, okay. So that means they were mostly economists, and that was not fixed, okay. Now we are going to proceed further. So that in case of, now we are going to discuss another difference. It serves as the cooperative federalism state are equal partners, okay. We discussed already, it promotes the cooperative federalism as well as competitive federalism, because the decisions are going to be taken in governing council, and governing council that means that is promoting the cooperative federalism. Whereas in case of planning commission, the states were not having any say in making the plans. States were not having any say. That means this was being approved by NDC, and that was NDC, and that was supposed to approve the plans being formulated by planning commission, okay. So that means in earlier, when planning commission was there, that states were not being discussed for making the plans, but here it is going to be, okay, because the decisions are going to be in governing council, and NITI Aayog is not instrumental for making policy, rather it is going to be made by the state governments and the union, okay, in governing council. Second thing is that here in case of, I think it is making sense. Now we are going to proceed further, and we are going to discuss that in case of NITI Aayog, the secretaries are being appointed. Secretary is being appointed by the Prime Minister. In case of NITI Aayog, secretaries are known as CEO, appointed by Prime Minister, okay. And here in case of planning commission, the secretaries are being appointed as usual process. Usual process means they were that means they can be, anyone can be taken, okay. That means they were being appointed by government, okay. So that means in case of NITI Aayog, the approach is top to up approach, but in case of planning commission, it was top to down approach, okay. That means plans were being formulated at the top level, and they were being that means implemented to the states, or that is known as top down approach, okay. So that is the case. Next we can say that it does not possess mandate to impose policies. That means NITI Aayog do not impose the policies, whereas in case of planning commission, the policies was being imposed by planning commission to the states, okay. Other difference, we can say that it does not have power to allocate fund, okay. NITI Aayog do not have any power to allocate the funds, whereas the earlier the planning commission was allocating the funds to the states. Now we are going to proceed further, and we are going to discuss the challenges. Ravi Shankar and Yes, absolutely correct. Okay, now Kant was the first CEO, absolutely correct, and he was currently India's Sherpa in G20, correct. Ravi Shankar, who was an IAS, who was an IAS? Yeah, definitely. That means most of the CEOs of planning commission is IAS officer only. Okay, that means as I said that CEO is being appointed as a secretary. Okay, secretary level, that means employee or the officer is being appointed as CEO. Secretary level secretary level officer is being appointed as CEO. That's why all the secretaries of CEO of NITI Aayog, all the CEO of NITI Aayog is IAS officers, okay, ex-IAS officers, ex-IAS officers. Okay, currently who is CEO? Who is CEO of NITI Aayog? Who is CEO of NITI Aayog currently? B.V.R. Subramaniam. Okay, he is also a ex-IAS officer. Okay, so all the CEO of NITI Aayog is ex-IAS officer. Currently, VVR Subraswamy is CEO. Okay, so this is about the. Now we are going to discuss the challenges of NITI Aayog. So what are the challenges we are going to discuss, and then after that we are going to finish it. So very first thing is, although that my dears, try to understand, it is supposed to be that NITI Aayog is going to be a neutral. Okay, it is should be a neutral institution, but many times it has been seen that it praised government policies and programs. Okay, it is supposed to be that NITI Aayog will do the research work or give the advice to the center and state regarding the matters related to economy. Okay, it is just a think tank, or it is instrumental for doing the research. Okay, to make the policies and program more effective. But many times it is seen that NITI Aayog is praising government policies and programs, and it is being seen that they are tilted biased towards government and private sector. Okay, that means it is supposed to be they should be neutral. That means they should maintain intellectual distance from government. But many times they are seen that they are praising to the government for policies and programs. Okay, since they are only the research or the think tank, they should have not to, but they are doing. Okay, so this is one of the critic. Other is that they have the financial constraints, that the NITI Aayog has the financial constraint. They do not have any, that means they do not have any power to grant the states. Okay, so they have the financial constraints. Okay, that's why it is considered to be that NITI Aayog is toothless under the transformational intervention. Okay, next is it is only a recommendatory body. Okay, it only gives the recommendation that your policy should be like this. Okay, you should implement you can implement like this or this. Okay, it is only recommendatory body. It is not necessary on the government to that means necessarily implement the recommendation of the NITI Aayog. So it is just the recommendatory body. It is not, do not have any power. Okay, that means it is completely discretion of the government to implement or not to implement the advice of the NITI Aayog. Okay, although I am saying continuously that inputs are taken from the grassroots level, that is known as decentralized power. Okay, but in practical in practical still things are lacking. Okay, it is not like that we are taking the policies and program inputs for policies and program from the village level, because our village society is not that much advanced or they are not educated. So still inputs or the research work is being done at the top level. Okay, so it is still being taken by the top executive. So it is not like that a decentralization of program or policies or the democratic planning, but the still the decisions are being taken from top. Okay, so that although we believe in top, we believe in bottom up approach. Okay, the basic purpose of planning commission was bottom up approach. Okay, but still it is not being implemented in letters. Okay, it is being implemented in words, but it is not being implemented in words. It still the inputs are being taken or being researched at top level. Okay, so this is the case. Now we are going to proceed further and we are going to discuss that we finish here. Okay, not we are going to discuss some indexes, that indexes and initiative taken by the NITI Aayog. One is SDG index, other is composite water management index, other is Atal innovation index. Okay, that means we said that participation or innovation, that means under the Atal innovation index, okay, any individual can have the that means have any innovation, they can send it to the NITI Aayog. Okay, so that is they are going to motivate the pupils for innovative people. Okay, so that is Atal innovation mission. SAT program is there, aspirational district program is there, school education quality index is being published by NITI Aayog. Not only district hospital index is also being published by NITI Aayog. Health index, that is being that's why it is competitive federalism. Composite health index is being published by NITI Aayog. At the same time, digital transformation index is being implemented by NITI Aayog. Agriculture marketing and farmers friendly reform index. At the same time, India innovation index is published by NITI Aayog. Women entrepreneurial platform is being published by NITI Aayog, and good governance index. Good governance index is implemented by NITI Aayog. Okay, so these are the important index which is being published by NITI Aayog, and that is regarding the good governance. Okay, so that means the basic purpose or basic criteria of NITI Aayog is to have the good governance, and for that good governance the 7 pillars are there. There are 7 pillars of NITI Aayog. They are pro pupil, pro participation, pro activity, participation, empowering, inclusion for all, okay, equality and transparency. Okay, so I think it is clear, and today we finish here only. Thank you very much, dears. Thank you. Thanks a lot. If there is any doubt to anyone, let me know. Okay, if there is any doubt to anyone, let me know. Today we finish here. Thank you very much, dears. If there is any doubt, let me know. Can we stop here? We stop here. Thank you very much, dears. Thanks a lot.